Welcome to the Pioneer STEM Show. I mean, it's the way you guys keep coming back to watch our videos. And so thank you for keeping the date with us again on today's show. My name is Chioma Omolaye.
And I am David Adeola.
Absolutely. Remember, the Pioneer STEM Show showcases activities, innovation, personalities around science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And remember, if you want to be a guest on the Pioneer STEM Show,
reach out to us on our social media handles, as you can see on your screen right now.
And our guest on today's segment is Mrs. Adeola, is a public servant. She is also a science teacher at Omole Senior Grammar School. You get to meet her shortly.
Yes.
David, you know I like to ask you first.
Yes, you do.
What have you learned or fascinated, your interest, this week?
This week in tech, what has fascinated me the most has been how powerful social media influencers can be, even in the line of tech. You know, having a single person bring down an entire EV, that's electric vehicle, that electric car company, to their knees, simply because he reviewed their products, their car. He found out some issues in their software and even their hardware, and made a video about it. And that pretty much brought the company down. They were delisted from the New York Stock Exchange. They are close to bankruptcy because of one man versus a multi-billion-dollar car company. So that's interesting how powerful social media influencers can be.
Will you call this person now a whistleblower, or the person just found out a fault?
I wouldn't say he's a whistleblower.
So what was it that he found out?
Okay, so he found out that on the website, and according to the car company, they were hyping the features of the cars that didn't even exist yet.
Oh, wow. So there's some...
So pretty much they were lying, I guess. And he reviewed the car. He let his millions of subscribers know. And that brought down the car company. So they are struggling right now.
What if maybe the car company wants to test something in the public? Is there no path for that? Well, I'm sure it's even larger than that. And maybe they couldn't defend themselves publicly. I mean, they couldn't defend themselves very well in the court. Well, that being said, our guest is ready for us and about to show us something you have seen, but in a better way. We'll be right back after this short break. Stay with us and learn.
Welcome back to the show, Mrs. Adeola. Please tell us about yourself. Let us get to know you.
All right. Thank you. Let me start by saying thank you for having me on the show. I am so excited to be here. My name is Adeola Akinsulure. I am a public school teacher, and I teach at Omole Senior Grammar School, Education District 6. I teach specifically biology, and I also, aside teaching, I mentor my colleagues, my teachers, science teachers specifically, especially those that are new on the job. I have collaborated with organizations in Nigeria, like Teach for Nigeria, Teacher Aid Nigeria, yes, to help teachers with their teaching methodology in the classroom.
Amazing. It's such an honor to have you.
Thank you so much.
So how is your teaching different? What makes it so impactful?
Okay, so let me start with when I was employed. Sometimes in 2013, then the former governor, Governor Fashola, decided to employ teachers that don't have education qualification, because before you teach in Lagos State, you need to have probably bachelor in education. So then he decided that, okay, he was going to go for people without education qualification, but they have mastery of the subject. So that was how I got on the job. And when I got on the job, I just decided that I was going to do things differently. I have seen teachers, and I remember when I was in secondary school, how I had to struggle with science subjects, physics and chemistry in particular. And I remember that I turned down my first offer on the employment. I was actually given chemistry 2011, but I turned it down because I felt I was not going to be very competent with that subject. However, when I got in 2013, I made up my mind that I was going to make a difference. I was not going to teach the way I was taught. I was not going to make my students struggle the way I struggled. And that was how I started. I started, oh wait, okay, I think, can we go here?
Yes, yes,
okay,
please.
So this was where I started from. I got my first rechargeable projector.
Amazing.
So my school then, Army Children's Senior High School, there was no electricity. And I wanted to do something out of the box. I wanted science to come alive with my students. So I got this. And
so what do you use this to do in class?
All right. So this is actually to bring the concept alive to the students. There are some times that it could be a video of probably if I'm teaching the structure of the heart and how blood flows through the heart, instead of saying, oh, the blood goes this way and go that way to the lungs and comes back and the rest. So they just watch the video.
Wow. You show them.
Yes, we play the video in the classroom and they watch it. So at times we come with picture. You know, science has to do with visuals, a lot of visuals.
I agree.
Then aside that hands-on, which we're still going on to later, so it comes with a lot of visuals. And you know, by the time they watch those concepts, for example, you're teaching digestive system, so they really can't see what is going on inside. But when they watch the video, they see, okay, so after I've chewed the food in my mouth, then it goes to my esophagus. So they can see the video and they can see the food going down into their stomach. And another thing that I do aside this, okay, I think I have my voice amplifier. You know, it's usually a large class in public schools. So I have my amplifier that I use. So nobody's left behind. Everybody, they're always looking forward to, okay, what's Miss Adeola? Okay, they call me Miss Adeola. That's my middle name. So what's she coming for? What's she coming with today?
I mean,
so
that's so thoughtful because I'm in uni, right? And
okay.
I know lecturers with very low voice and they just don't care. They just teach the two people in front. So this is amazing. Right. Can you show us how this works?
Okay, so this is it. I put this over my head. Then I wrap this round so I can move around easily. I think you can see the difference now.
There's a big difference, obviously.
Yeah, so everyone
in the studio can hear you.
So, and one of the things that I also do, I know they love music a lot.
Okay.
Yes. So I try to, for every concept, I try to link it up with the music for them to remember the concepts even when they are out of the class. We put our food in the mouth and it passes through the esophagus and it goes down to the stomach. And this is how digestion begins. Pancreas, gallbladder, and the liver are the other parts of digestion. Large and small intestine. And the last of the system is the anus. Then, if you're happy and you know, clap your hands. You know that song, okay?
Yes, I do.
So, from my fingers to my toe, I'm full of bones. From my fingers to my toe, I'm full of bones. If you count them all as one, they make me a skeleton. From my fingers to my toe, I'm full of bones. My longest bone is found inside my, do you know it?
Your thigh?
My leg, very good. My longest bone is found inside my leg. My femur's really great because it's helped me stand up straight. My longest bone is found inside my leg. Okay, this one. My smallest bone is found inside my
nose. Yeah.
Okay, that's correct. So my smallest bone is found inside my hair.
Okay, amazing. Yes. I'm not that bad.
It's just about bringing it alive. It's about bringing science alive. So science is very, very interesting. And it's actually what they see every day of their lives. So when you come to class, at times you call some big grammars. So when you get to class, say turgidity, hey, flaccidity, oh. But this is what they actually experience every day of their life. So I try to relate it to what they go through every day of their life. So you see that ugu seller beside the market. When she pours water on her ugu, or she put that ugu inside water, what is she doing? That's turgidity. She wants water to flow into the plant cell, so that the plant cell, because of the cell, the cell wall, is not going to burst. So when water moves in, it becomes turgid. So that's what makes the vegetable look so fresh. You know, so it's just about relating what they're doing, what they see every day of their lives. It's about relating science to what they see.
It's incredible to see how you're not just doing this as a job, you have a passion for this. I can feel the energy. Everyone can feel the energy here. So I want to ask, what inspires you to do this? I mean, you're like probably the only secondary school teacher I know that uses so much gadgets. So what inspires
Well,
you to
I
do
wouldn't
this?
say I am the only, because now we are trying to like build up a force. So the teaching line is actually taking a new dimension. Now there's a shift, you know, especially when you look at the teachers that were employed during my set. For example, one of the teachers that was employed during my set is the best teacher in Nigeria.
Wow.
So like teachers that were employed in 2013, they are really doing so great within Lagos and even outside Lagos, internationally too. So I think one of the things that motivated me, like I told you, is that I just want, you know, okay, I didn't tell you about how I got onto the international stage.
Okay.
So somehow along the line, I was selected for Fulbright. The Fulbright program is a program that takes public school teachers to the US for 6 weeks. Then you meet a US teacher, you have a US partner teacher, you get to observe a US class. Then aside that, you would also have opportunity to, even up till now, I still have all my network. You have opportunity to network with educators across Nigeria, I mean, across the whole world.
Wow.
So during my program, I had the opportunity of meeting with educators across 22 countries.
That's incredible.
Yes, and we are still very much together. We collaborate together. We still do a lot of programs virtually.
Could you say that was a pivot point that inspired you?
Yes. So and then along the line, I got the opportunity to volunteer for New York Academy of Sciences, where I had to mentor STEM students from all over the world in that organization. And I discovered that my students that I am teaching here in Nigeria and those international students, it's really what they have to offer. My students they can't really measure up. And I want my own students to come to that global, to be globally competent. And that was one of the reasons why I said, whatever is going to take me, even fine, if they are not going to be 100% going to be like them, but let them be globally competent, that they can actually compete with their fellow probably colleagues or whatever, wherever they find themselves later in future, they can globally compete. So that was why I decided to bring in all this and much more. I'm still learning though.
I must say.
And I am also helping my colleagues too.
Okay.
Like I've collaborated with I work with organizations like Teach for Nigeria, I told you. So it's one of the things that I do for them. I facilitate their sessions to help science teachers. I work with Teacher Aid Nigeria and some other organizations like that. And even I have my own community of teachers where we help ourselves. I call it Kind Teacher. Kind means keen, innovative, nurturing, and dedicated teacher.
Amazing.
And we also have STEM collaborators. So in STEM collaborators, that's where I actually help the newly employed STEM teachers of Lagos State to develop and get the right teaching strategies to have an engaging lessons.
Okay, is this paid or is it more of an NGO?
No, it's all, it's volunteer.
Wow.
It's not paid at all.
One last thing, what does the future hold for Nigeria's education system, coming from your perspective?
Okay. For me, I think STEM is the future. Like I would always say, STEM is the future. And for Nigerian education, I'm actually seeing a kind of revival amongst the teacher, because right now with the advent of technology and everything, there's a connection. So I have lots of friends in the north, I have lots of friends in south. So there's this connection.
Community.
So, yes, this community. We are helping ourselves. So I see a better education system.
Such an amazing time. I've learned so much.
Thank you.
I want to go back to secondary school, but I don't think I would want to. Thank you so much for being on the show.
All right. Thank you for having me.
All welcome back to the Pioneer STEM Show. And if you're just joining us, you've missed quite a bit. And for those that have stayed, thank you so much for staying. And so right about now, we still have our guest, actually, Mrs. Adeola. She's going to be showing us some science experiments, about 3 of them. As you can see her, she's kitted, maybe not fully kitted. She's this way because I need her to explain as a science student, or of course as a teacher that you are, what's a full kit up. in a science laboratory?
All right, so we have our lab coats. It's to protect us from probably coercive or corrosive substances that we might have to handle. Then your safety goggle. The same thing to also protect your eyes. Then, of course, I'm supposed to have my gloves, on. However, this today we are not working with anything corrosive. Yes, so you can allow me put this off.
Yeah, that's why
Thank
we just
you.
wanted to see your full regalia.
Yeah.
All right. So what will be?
All right, so let's start with this experiment.
Okay.
I'm going to give you this. I'll fill it up with water to the very brim.
Okay, what's the experiment called then?
All right. This is actually to teach the properties of water.
Ooh.
Yes. So there are a lot of hands-on experiments. These are just like activities that your student can carry out.
Awesome.
That would get them interested. Oh, they want to see why. Why is this substance behaving this way? Yes, so that's what we want to carry out this evening today. So I'm going to fill this water to the very brim of the jar.
Okay.
Then don't forget, science is about experiments.
Absolutely.
So you just don't imagine. It's what you experiment. You can carry it out. You can find it out by yourself. So I'm going to ask you, I have these pins. Okay. How many of this am I going to drop into this jar before it spills over?
If you ask me.
Okay.
Who will I ask? It's a song. Okay, so
right.
I know you know, I don't know, but let me guess.
All right.
Because it's a light material.
Okay.
Because it's not heavy.
All right.
Maybe 3.
Okay, so
it depends, and you will tell us why.
Let's go. So let's check it out. If it's 3, we're going to watch. So I think it's filled to the very brim. Yes.
I guess so. Can I do it myself?
Yes, of course. All right, so let's check it out.
I should put it this way or this way?
It doesn't matter. Yeah. So that's 1. Just drop it. Drop it in. Okay, 1.
Also,
so you're going to keep dropping until it spills over. So you already predicted 3. Yeah. So let's see.
And right now, I don't think it's 3. Okay, so 1 didn't drop.
Okay. Right. So let's go. How about 2? All right. Didn't. So let's go. 3. Okay.
3 didn't. 4 didn't. So my prediction failed. 5 also didn't. Wow. Wow. Why did I even say 3? 6 did not. But I was right when I said it's a light substance, right? I was right. 7, or is this 8?
7.
Wow. 8 didn't. 9 didn't. Wow, this is good. 10 didn't. 11th one. So water is just like space, like air. How many? 12th, 13th, 14th. These things are not. 16th.
But don't worry. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Wow, it's still here, Lord. 17th.
Yeah.
18th. Wow. 19th. 20th. 21st. 23.
22nd. That's 23.
23. Sorry, 21st, 22nd, 23. Then 24. 25. 26. 27. David, are you saying this?
All right, so that was a drop. So
wow. Oh, you saw a drop where?
Yes, by the side.
Oh, by the side, your side. Wow.
So you actually predicted 27. I mean, 3. And at the end of the day, we have 27 pins entering into it. And I'm sure the student will look at it and say, why?
Why?
Because, now let me tell you, let me confess, when I saw this experiment for the very first time, I predicted 1.
Oh.
So yours was even better. So it's actually because one of the properties of water is that it has bonding, it's cohesive, and adhesive in nature. It's one of the, so it's going to stay together. It's going to stick together. The bonding is going to be together.
Wow.
So that was why when you drop the first one, until the 27th.
Absolutely.
However, there are some substances that can actually break that bond. So let's go to the next experiment.
Okay.
So I'm going to get some water in here.
Okay.
So it's just for the students to see.
Yeah.
So by the time you're telling them, you're not just coming to class and you're saying, this water has this property, water has that property.
So what's that? That's pepper?
This is just pepper, yes. Black pepper.
Okay.
So you can use that. So you can see, because of the bonding in the water, like everything is floating and they're staying together. However, there's some substance that can break it. Like this is basic in nature, like it's basic in nature.
What is that? Okay,
soap, that's the regular soap that
for
we use.
Dishwashing
Yes, for washing.
Okay.
So, however, the pH is alkaline. Okay. So we're just going to pick a few of it. So let's see. So you're going to try it out. So just pick one of these.
A toothpick.
Yes.
Okay.
Then you're going to dip the tip into that soup.
Okay. I hope we're getting this.
Yes.
So what are we expecting?
So let's see what happens to the pepper, the substance on the water. Just
Wow.
So did you see that effect? Yes.
Wow.
So everything went
Go
back.
Away.
So
Go away.
it shows that there are some substance that can actually break the bonds in the water.
Awesome.
You know, what we saw before, what we saw here was that cohesive nature of water and adhesive nature of water.
Together.
Yes, but however, there are some substance that once they are introduced into the water, it can affect the
So what's the chemical in this substance?
This, of course, the pH value is more of alkaline.
Okay, yes, you mentioned. Okay.
So, and let me go to this.
Okay,
so,
this is
for diffusion.
An air freshener.
So yes, this is just a perfume.
Okay, to perfume.
Yes. So what's diffusion? The movement of molecule. Movement of molecule from higher concentration to lower concentration until it is evenly distributed.
I can perceive it.
So this is like the higher concentration. However, with time you can perceive it. Somebody else can perceive it. And before you know it, the whole room. So the movement is going to continue. And that's why I brought this particular one. So you can actually see
how it is.
Molecule. Yeah. So, the movement is going to continue until it is evenly distributed.
So it's not like it's strong in one area and not strong.
Yes. So this is diffusion in gas. There's also diffusion. Yeah. So I have some dough.
Electricity. And so this is something you have here with some batteries.
Circuit, yes.
So this is your circuit.
So I'm trying to set up. So of course, we have the positive side, we have the negative side. Then let me get an insulator. Okay. So because our color is green, white, green, I love coming up with green, white, green.
Awesome.
Yes. So this.
So what are these things?
These are dough.
Okay.
These are dough, yes.
Okay.
So this will serve as my insulator between the right side and the positive and the negative.
And so what are those green things? They're still dough.
They are dough, yes.
The white one is
different color. Yes, it comes in different colors. Okay. So I'm going to connect this to the dough.
Okay.
And we have the positive side and the negative side. Then I have my bulb.
Hey, this is a green light. I can see it. Awesome.
Then another one.
Okay. That's a buzz sound.
Yes.
That's a buzzer. Thank you so much for your time on the Pioneer STEM show. I mean, within a very short notice, and the way you have prepared yourself with different experiments. I mean, I'm sure because of time, you'd have done more and lots more.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being very generous with your knowledge and
Thank
expertise.
you for having me.
You're welcome. And so this is still the Pioneer STEM show, everyone. Thank you for sticking with us. We'll be right back after this short break.
Welcome back to the Pioneer STEM Show.
It's been a very fulfilling moment.
Yes, as.
I mean, as a teacher myself, seeing another teacher and the passion and dexterity, you know, she puts in teaching subjects like science. I mean, look at all these experiments. I know you were backstage, you know, watching. How do you feel about it?
It was very educative. I felt cheated because I did not get this when I was in high school. So it was very amazing to see how passionate she was about what she does.
Absolutely. And I love the fact that she's also helping, you know, to breed more teachers like herself, because she can't do it alone.
Yes.
You know, I love the fact that she's very generous with her knowledge. This is the time where we draw the curtains.
Yes.
Again, on the Pioneer STEM Show. Time is not our friend. And we would have showed you so much more. But please keep the engagement on all of our social media handles, just as seen on your screen below. Bye for now.